Whoever said growth was exciting clearly lied. Growth did not feel any fun. Growth feels uncomfortable. You're in unfamiliar waters. We know how that feels. Let's not lie to ourselves here. Nobody really talks about that part. We love to celebrate everyone's wins and our successes and our goals and dreams and aspirations. But the part that actually changes you usually happens when you're doing something that feels very uncomfortable. We're gonna talk about that today. Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jewel. On this channel, we are all about growth, confidence, faith, and just becoming your best self day after day. And today I want to talk about something that has changed me. This is more than any achievement or any milestone. Stepping out of my comfort zone. Not the glamorous version of it, guys. Hear me out. I'm talking about awkward, raw, uncut. Because if I'm honest, that's where growth really happened. Now, before we go anywhere, let's talk about comfort zones. What does that actually do to us? Let's take a deeper dive. For a long time, I thought staying comfortable meant staying safe. And technically, it does. But what nobody tells you is that comfort can quietly keep you stuck. Comfort zones are kind of interesting because they do not feel like cages. You're free to do whatever you want. They feel normal, typically familiar. They're predictable. You and I know how this thing works. You know what to expect and you know exactly who you are in that space. But the downside is comfort doesn't challenge you. It doesn't stretch you. It definitely doesn't introduce you to newer versions of you. The versions that you have not discovered yet. That's what I'm talking about. You stay the same person. That's kind of scary if you ask me. Year after year, you're the same. And consistency, but for the longest time, I thought this was okay. I thought that was enough until I started realizing something. The things I truly admired other people for courage, strength, confidence. All those things required me to step into spaces that felt unfamiliar. And then I started asking myself a question. What if the life that I want actually exists outside the things that feel comfortable right now? What if? Well, I definitely had to do something different. So when I first started taking baby steps outside my comfort zone, I got what the scare was about, and it was real. I didn't feel brave. I definitely did not feel confident. I felt so awkward. I still feel awkward, literally. I'm just talking to myself, guys. I question myself a lot. It's a lot going on here. That feeling when you're doing something new and all of a sudden you're just hyper aware of every single detail in your environment, your voice, your hair, your looks. The list goes on. It really does. I had a lot of those moments, and I still do to this day. Moments where I thought I probably should just go back to what I know and done for the last how many years. And this is because comfort zones just have a way of calling you back. Let's be for real. Thankfully, I did not listen to that little voice, and slowly but surely things started to change. Every time I pushed through that discomfort, I would learn something new about myself. I realized I was more resilient. I realized I was funny. Guys, I'm kidding. And sometimes even more capable than I had given myself credit for. It wasn't dramatic, it was not overnight. But slowly, I started meeting new versions of myself. And that was something comfort never gave me. So yes, I am going to share a couple lessons I have learned so far stepping out of my comfort zone. There are definitely things that I wish I understood earlier, but here we are, so let's get into it. The first one is discomfort does not mean you are failing. I had to get in that mindset that me not being comfortable doing a particular thing, it just meant that I was trying something new, something that I wasn't used to, something that I had maybe no background in. I didn't grow up around that kind of stuff, and So, no, discomfort does not mean you're failing. You are just putting yourself out there, and nothing bad really comes from doing that. I just want to let you know. Second thing is you will feel unsure at a lot of things, but that doesn't mean you are not capable of overcoming and perfecting that craft, whatever it may be. It can be your business, your social media page, your website. You're unsure because you're in that season of learning, and that's the season that I'm at right now, because learning is continuous. It's just part of life, and the moment you stop learning, crazy things can start to happen. So anyways, we should always be learning something new every day, and learning phases are messy. Oh golly. If you don't have anyone to show you the ropes and you're pretty much scrambling for things and just figuring out by yourself, it can get really messy. It really can. So that's something I wish I understood earlier, because I was pretty much figuring 80% of things by myself. So it was kind of messy and it was pretty rough. But we did not give up. We stay true to ourselves. Typically, when you're learning, you are not going to be 100% polished. You're not going to be 100% confident, of course. It's typically full of trial and error, but that's kind of the beauty of it. The third thing I learned, it still kind of ties into everything I have mentioned, but growth rarely feels confident. We think confident people start confident, but no, they certainly do not. Most times, people start exactly where they are, and that is unsure, uncomfortable. Growth a lot of times does not feel empowering, and that's a hard take. Sometimes it just feels unfamiliar, but unfamiliar doesn't mean wrong. It just means something new. It's all about rewiring your brain. So, if you're in a season where things feel really uncomfortable right now, you're trying something new, you're stretching yourself, you're questioning whether you're doing the right thing, I want you to know you are not doing it wrong. You are just growing. Growth can feel awkward, can feel uncertain, and sometimes very lonely. But it's also where you can meet the version of you that you've been praying for, working towards, and dreaming about. And that version of you, they're usually waiting right outside your comfort zone. If this video resonated with you, please, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Drop your thoughts. Where in life are you stepping out of your comfort zone? What are you trying different this week? And if you enjoy honest conversations about growth, life, faith, and just becoming your best self, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Love y'all. Bye.